The Secret of the Garden, A Journey of Blossoms. Part 1. The Enchanted Garden. In a quaint little village, nestled between rolling hills and sparkling streams, lived a curious boy named Leo. Every day, after finishing his chores, Leo would venture out into the world, his heart full of wonder and his eyes wide with excitement. He loved exploring every nook and cranny of his village, always seeking new adventures. But there was one place he had never discovered, the enchanted garden hidden behind a tall, moss-covered wall. One sunny afternoon, as golden rays of sunlight danced through the trees, Leo decided to take a different path on his daily walk. He had heard whispers from the village elders about a secret garden, a place where flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, but no one had ever seen it. Leo's heart raced with anticipation. What if he could find it? With a skip in his step, he wandered down a narrow path, surrounded by trees that swayed gently in the breeze. The sweet fragrance of wildflowers filled the air, and the sound of chirping birds created a beautiful melody. As Leo walked further, he noticed the tall wall, covered in vibrant green ivy, looming ahead of him. He felt a tingle of excitement. This must be the place. Peeking through a small crack in a wall, Leo squinted and gasped. There it was, the enchanted garden. He could see splashes of color bursting forth from the earth, flowers of every shape and size stretching their petals toward the sun. Without a second thought, Leo pushed against the wall. To his surprise, it creaked open just enough for him to slip through. As soon as he stepped inside, Leo felt as though he had entered a magical realm. The sunlight streamed down, casting a warm glow on the flowers, which seemed to dance in delight as if welcoming him. The air was filled with the soft hum of bees and the gentle rustle of leaves. He could hardly believe his eyes. This place was more beautiful than he had ever imagined. "Welcome," a cheerful voice called out, breaking the spell of silence. Leo turned to see a tall sunflower swaying gently in the breeze. Its golden petals glistened like tiny suns, and its face had a warm, inviting smile. "I'm Sunny, the guardian of this garden." "Hello," Leo replied, his voice bubbling with excitement.
"I'm Leo."
"This place is amazing. How did you come to be here?" Sunny chuckled softly, a sound like wind chimes tinkling in the air. "This garden has been here for as long as the village itself. We flowers thrive here because we work together, helping each other grow. Would you like to meet some of my friends?" "Oh, yes, please," Leo exclaimed, his heart racing. Sunny waved a leafy arm, inviting Leo to follow. As they walked together, Leo marveled at the flowers around him. There were tulips that looked like goblets, roses bursting with fragrance, and daisies that giggled in the wind. Each flower seemed to have its own personality, and Leo felt a bond forming between them. "Every flower here has a story," Sunny explained. "For instance, over there is Rosie the rose. She has the most beautiful scent, but she's a bit shy." Leo turned to see a radiant red rose with delicate petals, hiding slightly behind a cluster of daisies. "Hello, Rosie," he called out. The rose peeked out, her blush brightening the red of her petals.
Leo."
"Nice to meet you," Rosie replied softly, her voice like a gentle breeze. As Leo explored, he discovered a bright blue flower named Bluebell, who loved to sing. Her melodious voice echoed through the garden, filling it with joy. He also met a cheeky little marigold named Marigoldia, who told jokes that made everyone laugh. Each flower welcomed him warmly, and Leo felt as though he belonged. They shared stories of their adventures in the garden, telling tales of the changing seasons and the creatures that visited them. Leo listened intently, his heart swelling with happiness. But as the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the garden, Leo realized it was time for him to go home. He turned to Sunny, who had been by his side. I don't want to leave. This garden is like a dream." Sunny smiled gently. "You can visit us anytime, Leo. Just remember to be kind to nature and respect our home. We thrive best when we are left where we belong." Leo nodded, a little sad but understanding the importance of Sunny's words. He promised to return and share all the wonderful stories he had heard with his friends in the village. As he made his way back through the wall, he looked back at the garden, now bathed in the soft glow of twilight, and waved goodbye to Sunny and his new friends. That night, as Leo lay in bed, his heart was full of joy and excitement. He couldn't wait to tell everyone about the enchanted garden and its magical flowers. But deep down, he also felt a new sense of responsibility. Nature was a delicate treasure, and he vowed to protect it. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of his adventure, a journey that would teach him valuable lessons about friendship, respect, and the true beauty of nature. As he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of colorful petals, gentle breezes, and the laughter of flowers, eagerly awaiting his next visit to the enchanted garden. Part 2. The Temptation of the Flower. As the days turned into weeks, Leo became a regular visitor to the enchanted garden. Each day, he arrived with a heart full of excitement, eager to see Sunny and his blooming friends. He learned the names and stories of many flowers, and they filled his mind with wonder. However, one flower captured his attention more than the rest, a dazzling, shimmering blossom named Glimmer. Glimmer was unlike any flower Leo had ever seen. Her petals sparkled in shades of pink, gold, and silver, reflecting the sunlight like tiny jewels. She stood tall and proud in a sunny corner of the garden, surrounded by green leaves that seemed to bow in admiration. Every time Leo visited, he found himself drawn to her mesmerizing beauty. He would sit beside her, listening to her stories and laughing at her gentle jokes. Glimmer's laughter was like tinkling bells, and it made Leo feel as if he were floating on a cloud. One day, while Leo sat near Glimmer, he noticed something peculiar. The other flowers admired her from a distance, their petals slightly drooping in her presence. "Why don't they come closer to you?" Leo asked, tilting his head in curiosity. Glimmer sighed, her sparkle dimming a little. "They think I'm too beautiful to be with them," she said softly. "They feel shy and unworthy of my shine." Leo felt a pang of sadness for the flowers. He wanted everyone to enjoy Glimmer's beauty, just as he did. "You're not just beautiful, you have a kind heart," he exclaimed. "They should see that."
Glimmer smiled, her petals glowing warmly.
"You're sweet, Leo, but beauty can be a burden. Sometimes, people and flowers alike forget that what truly matters is what's inside." Leo thought about this as he watched the flowers play together. He admired their colors and shapes, but he couldn't help but feel that Glimmer deserved to be cherished and celebrated. That evening, as Leo walked home, an idea began to form in his mind. What if he could take Glimmer with him? He could show her to all his friends in the village. They would be amazed by her beauty, and perhaps it would help the other flowers feel more confident. But a small voice in the back of Leo's mind reminded him of Sunny's words. Flowers thrive best when they are left where they belong. He hesitated, torn between his desire to share Glimmer's beauty and the wisdom he had learned from Sunny. The next day, as Leo entered the garden, he felt a sense of excitement and conflict. He hurried to Glimmer, who greeted him with her usual sparkle. "Good morning, Glimmer," he said cheerfully. "I've been thinking, what if I take you home to meet my friends? They would love you." Glimmer's petals fluttered with delight. "Oh, Leo, that sounds wonderful. I would love to see the village." Leo's heart raced with anticipation. Maybe I could just take her for a little while, he thought. I can bring her back. It won't hurt anyone. However, as he reached for Glimmer's stem, Sunny's voice echoed in his mind. "Be careful, Leo. Remember to respect nature." Leo paused, his hand hovering over Glimmer. He wanted so much for his friends to see how wonderful she was, but was it right to take her from her home? Glimmer noticed Leo's hesitation. "You don't have to pick me, Leo. I'm happy here with my friends," she said softly. "But if you want to share my beauty, I can always visit you in your heart. I will always be part of your memories." Leo felt a twinge of guilt. Glimmer was right. She belonged in the garden, surrounded by her flower friends, where she could flourish and thrive. But the desire to show her off to his village friends was hard to resist. "I know, but I really want to share this moment with everyone. It's just you're so stunning." With a flutter of her petals, Glimmer seemed to ponder. Sometimes, it's better to appreciate beauty in its natural place. When you pick a flower, you take away its home and its friends. It may look lovely for a moment, but it won't last. You'll see. Leo frowned, his heart heavy. He wished everyone could appreciate Glimmer as he did, but deep down, he knew that Glimmer's wisdom was rooted in truth. After a long moment, he sighed and took his hand away. "You're right. I'm sorry for even thinking about it." "Thank you, Leo," Glimmer said, her petals shimmering with warmth. "You're a true friend." Leo smiled at Glimmer, feeling a mixture of relief and regret. He spent the rest of the day with her, playing games and listening to her stories, but a small part of him still felt the longing to show her to the village. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the garden, Leo reluctantly said goodbye to Glimmer. He promised to return the next day, and his heart felt a little lighter as he walked home. That night, however, Leo found it hard to sleep. He tossed and turned, thinking about Glimmer and how he could share her beauty without picking her. The thought of her sparkly petals fading away lingered in his mind, and he couldn't shake off the feeling of wanting to possess something so lovely. The following morning, Leo woke up with a determined spirit. He would find a way to share Glimmer's beauty with his friends without taking her from the garden. As he rushed to the enchanted garden, he thought of all the fun they could have together. When he arrived, Sunny greeted him with a warm smile. "Good morning, Leo. Have you come to play with Glimmer?"
Yes.
"But I need your help, Sunny," Leo replied. "I want to show Glimmer to my friends in the village, but I don't want to pick her. I want to keep her here where she belongs." Sunny's eyes sparkled with understanding. "That's a wonderful idea. You could bring your friends to the garden. Share the beauty of the garden with them. They can meet Glimmer and all of us. Flowers grow best when they are loved and appreciated in their natural home." Leo's heart swelled with joy. "That's brilliant, Sunny. I'll invite everyone to the garden." "Just remember to be patient," Sunny advised. "Sometimes, it takes time for others to understand the magic of nature." "I will," Leo promised, his excitement bubbling over. He rushed home, eager to tell everyone about the enchanted garden and the beautiful flowers waiting to be discovered. As Leo spread the word throughout the village, he could hardly contain his excitement. He envisioned his friends' faces lighting up with joy and wonder as they stepped into the magical garden. This will be the best day ever, he thought. But as the day approached, a little doubt crept into Leo's heart. Would his friends appreciate the beauty of the garden? Would they understand the importance of keeping the flowers where they belonged? He hoped so. The day of the visit finally arrived, and Leo led his friends to the hidden garden, his heart pounding with anticipation. As they reached the tall wall, he could see their eyes widen in disbelief. "Are you ready?" Leo asked, his voice tinged with excitement. They nodded, and Leo pushed open the gate, revealing the vibrant garden filled with colors and laughter. "Welcome to the Enchanted Garden," Leo shouted. "Meet my friends, the flowers." The villagers gasped, their faces lighting up with joy and wonder. As they stepped inside, the garden burst to life, welcoming the new visitors with a warm embrace. Leo watched as they laughed and played, just as he had imagined. And there, shining in the sunlight, was Glimmer. She stood proudly among her flower friends, her petals sparkling like stars in the sky. The villagers were enchanted by her beauty, and Leo felt a wave of happiness wash over him. He had done it. He shared the beauty of the garden without taking anything away from it. Glimmer's laughter filled the air as she greeted the villagers, and for the first time, the other flowers stepped forward, feeling proud to stand beside her. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the garden, Leo realized that the true magic of the garden wasn't just in the flowers, but in the friendships he had formed. He learned that beauty shines brightest when it is shared in its rightful place, surrounded by love and kindness. Part 3. The Challenge of the Storm. After the enchanting visit to the garden, Leo felt a warmth in his heart that lingered long after his friends had left. The villagers were abuzz with excitement, sharing stories about the magical flowers and their wondrous beauty. Every time Leo closed his eyes, he could see Glimmer's sparkling petals and hear the laughter of the flowers, echoing in his mind like a sweet melody. He felt grateful for the magic that surrounded him. Days turned into weeks, and with every visit, Leo learned more about the flowers and their lives in the enchanted garden. Glimmer, Sunny, Rosie, and the others became his dear friends, sharing tales of their adventures and laughter. Leo loved listening to their stories, but he also felt a sense of responsibility to protect their magical home. One day, as Leo played with the flowers, a gentle breeze began to stir, rustling the leaves and petals around him. Sunny, who had been happily swaying in the wind, suddenly grew serious. "Leo, it feels like a storm is coming. We need to be prepared." Leo's heart sank. "A storm? Will it hurt the garden?" he asked, worry filling his voice. Sunny nodded, her petals trembling slightly. "Storms can be powerful, and they can harm us if we are not ready. We must work together to protect our home." Leo's mind raced. He remembered how fragile the flowers were, their delicate petals easily bent by harsh winds. "What can I do to help?" he asked, determined to do everything he could. Sunny smiled at him gratefully. "You can gather the villagers and bring them to the garden. We will need everyone's help to strengthen our home and prepare for the storm. Together, we can create a safe haven for the flowers." Leo nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and concern. He knew that the villagers had already loved the garden, and now they had a chance to protect it together. "I'll go right away," he exclaimed, dashing off to find his friends. When Leo reached the village, he shared the news about the storm. "We need to help the flowers in the enchanted garden. They're counting on us," he shouted, his eyes sparkling with determination. At first, the villagers were hesitant. "But storms can be fierce. What if we get hurt?" one woman said, her brow furrowed in worry. "But if we work together, we can keep the garden safe," Leo pleaded, his voice filled with passion. "The flowers have become our friends. They need us." As Leo spoke, the villagers began to see the importance of the task at hand. Slowly, they gathered their tools and followed Leo back to the garden, their hearts filled with hope and courage. When they arrived, the sky was darkening and ominous clouds rolled in. Leo's heart raced as he looked at the garden, the flowers swaying in the gusts of wind. He could see Sunny standing tall, ready to guide everyone. "Thank you for coming," Sunny called out, her voice strong. "We need to create barriers to protect the flowers from the winds and rain. If we work together, we can keep our homes safe." With renewed determination, the villagers began gathering branches, stones, and anything they could find to create a protective barrier around the garden. Leo worked side by side with his friends, lifting heavy stones and tying branches together, all the while encouraging everyone to keep going. "We can do this," Leo shouted, his heart pounding with excitement and fear. "Just a little more." The wind picked up, howling like a wild beast, but the villagers pressed on. Leo's friends, the flowers, offered their own encouragement. Glimmer glimmered brightly, despite the darkening sky. "We believe in you, Leo. You're doing great." With every ounce of strength they had, the villagers built a sturdy barrier around the garden. The flowers shivered in the gusts, but they stood tall, their petals determined to weather the storm. As the first raindrops began to fall, Leo felt a sense of urgency. The storm had arrived, and it was fierce. Thunder rumbled in the distance, and lightning flashed across the sky. Leo's heart raced as he urged everyone to work faster. Suddenly, a powerful gust of wind swept through the garden, knocking several flowers to the ground. Leo gasped and rushed to help them. "Hold on, everyone. We can't give up," he shouted, lifting the fallen flowers back to their rightful place. Sunny joined him, her voice calm but firm. "Remember, we're all in this together. Stay strong, little ones." The villagers continued to work hard, forming a protective circle around the flowers. The rain began to pour down in heavy sheets, drenching everything in sight. Leo felt the cold droplets on his skin, but he pressed on, knowing that every second counted. "Keep going. We're almost there," Leo yelled, his voice barely audible over the roar of the storm. He could see the determination in the villagers' eyes, and it filled him with hope. Finally, after what felt like hours, the last branch was secured, and the barrier was complete. Leo stood back, panting, as he looked at the garden. The flowers swayed, sheltered by their newfound protection. "We did it," he shouted, a burst of joy and relief flooding his heart. "We kept them safe." As the storm raged on, Leo and the villagers took shelter together under the trees, huddled close to one another. The rain pelted down around them, but they felt a sense of accomplishment. They had faced the storm together, united by their love for the enchanted garden. Through the howling winds, Leo heard Glimmer's voice. "Thank you, Leo. You and your friends are so brave. We feel safe with you here." Leo smiled, feeling a warmth spread through him. "We're all friends now, and friends protect each other," he said, looking at the villagers. As the storm continued to roar, Leo watched in awe as nature unfolded around him. Lightning flashed, illuminating the garden in brilliant bursts of light, and the thunder boomed like drums in the sky. But amidst the chaos, he could see the beauty of the flowers shining through. After what felt like an eternity, the storm began to lose its fury. The rain slowed, and the winds calmed. As the clouds began to part, a soft light broke through, casting a warm glow over the garden. When the last drops of rain fell, Leo looked around, a sense of wonder filling him. The enchanted garden stood strong, the flowers standing tall amidst the aftermath of the storm. Sunny beamed at Leo and the villagers, her petals glistening with droplets of water. "Thank you all for your bravery and kindness. You've shown us the true power of friendship." The villagers cheered, their hearts filled with pride. Leo felt a swell of joy as he realized that they had not only protected the garden, but had also grown closer as a community. From that day on, the enchanted garden became a symbol of their unity and love. Whenever storms threatened, Leo and the villagers would gather to protect their friends, the flowers, reminding each other of the strength that comes from working together. As Leo walked home that night, he looked back at the garden, bathed in the soft glow of twilight. The flowers swayed gently in the breeze, and he knew that they were safe. In his heart, he felt grateful for the lessons he had learned about courage, friendship, and the importance of standing together. Part 4. The Gift of Friendship. With the storm now a memory, the enchanted garden began to flourish anew. Leo felt a sense of accomplishment as he walked among the flowers, marveling at their resilience. The petals, still glistening with raindrops, sparkled under the warm sun. Each flower seemed to hum with joy, their colors more vibrant than ever, as if celebrating their victory over the storm. The villagers had returned to their daily routines, but Leo often found himself daydreaming about the garden. The bond he had formed with Sunny, Glimmer, and the other flowers grew deeper with each visit. They shared secrets, stories, and laughter, weaving a tapestry of friendship that made Leo feel incredibly lucky. One sunny afternoon, while Leo was lying on the soft grass, surrounded by his flower friends, he had a brilliant idea. What if we had a special celebration to honor our friendship and the strength we showed during the storm? He suggested, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Glimmer's petals danced with delight. That sounds wonderful, Leo. We can invite everyone from the village and show them how much the garden means to us. Sunny nodded, her voice bright with enthusiasm. Let's plan a friendship festival. We can decorate the garden, play games, and share stories about our adventures. It will be a celebration of love and unity. Leo felt a thrill of joy. I'll tell the villagers right away, he exclaimed, jumping up and running back to the village. When Leo arrived, he gathered everyone in the town square. Everyone. We're having a friendship festival in the Enchanted Garden, he announced, his heart pounding with excitement. It's to celebrate our bond with the flowers and the strength we showed during the storm. Everyone is invited. The villagers erupted into cheers, their faces lighting up with joy. That sounds fantastic, one man shouted. I can't wait to see the flowers again. The news of the festival spread quickly throughout the village. As the day approached, Leo worked tirelessly alongside his friends in the garden. They strung colorful ribbons between the flowers, created beautiful arrangements of blossoms, and set up fun games for everyone to enjoy. On the morning of the festival, Leo woke up early, filled with excitement. The sun shone brightly in the sky, casting a golden glow over the garden. He raced to the garden, eager to see how everything had turned out. As he entered, the sight took his breath away. The garden looked magical, adorned with flowers arranged in vibrant colors. Glimmer sparkled in the sunlight, and all the flowers stood tall, ready to welcome the villagers. Everything looks perfect, Leo exclaimed, his heart swelling with happiness. Thank you for organizing this, Leo, Glimmer said, her petals shimmering with appreciation. It means so much to us. As the villagers began to arrive, laughter filled the air. They were greeted by the sweet fragrance of flowers and the beauty of the enchanted garden. Children ran around, marveling at the vibrant colors and delicate petals. Leo watched as his friends from the village knelt down to get a closer look at the flowers, their eyes wide with wonder. Look at how bright they are, a little girl squealed, pointing at Rosie, who was glowing in the sunlight. Can you hear them? Another boy asked, tilting his head as if listening closely. Leo chuckled. They're singing their happy songs. They love having you here. As the festival began, Leo led everyone in games and activities. They played tag among the flowers, had races to see who could collect the most petals, and told stories about their adventures in the garden. Laughter and joy echoed around them, filling the garden with warmth. Sunny took a moment to gather everyone around. Friends, we are grateful for your love and kindness, she said, her voice gentle and soothing. Let us take a moment to celebrate the bonds we have formed. Each of you is a precious part of our garden, and together, we can create a beautiful world. Everyone listened attentively, their hearts swelling with pride. Glimmer glimmered brightly, her colors sparkling like stars. Let's share what friendship means to us, she said, her voice ringing with happiness. One by one, the villagers shared their thoughts on friendship. A farmer spoke about how friends helped him tend to his crops. A baker shared stories of how our friends always came together to help during busy times. Each story echoed with warmth and gratitude, reminding everyone of the strength of unity. When it was Leo's turn, he took a deep breath, looking around at his friends, the flowers and the villagers. "I've learned that friendship is about supporting each other through thick and thin," he began, his voice steady. "We showed that when we face the storm together. This garden isn't just a home for flowers, it's a home for friendship and love." Cheers erupted around him, and Leo felt a wave of joy wash over him. The flowers swayed in agreement, their petals shimmering in the sunlight. They felt a deep sense of belonging, surrounded by the people who cared for them. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with brilliant shades of pink and orange, the villagers gathered together to share a feast. Leo had organized a potluck, and everyone brought something special to share: pies, bread, fruits, and other delicious treats. The air filled with mouth-watering aromas, and Leo felt grateful to be part of such a loving community. "Let's have a toast," a villager proposed, raising a glass, "to friendship and the enchanted garden." Everyone cheered, lifting their glasses high, to friendship. As they feasted and shared stories, laughter and joy enveloped the garden. The flowers glimmered under the twinkling stars, dancing softly to the rhythm of friendship. That night, as Leo lay on the grass beneath the starry sky, he felt a sense of contentment he had never known before. The garden, with its colorful flowers and lively friendships, had transformed his life in ways he couldn't have imagined. Glimmer, lying beside him, whispered, "Thank you, Leo. You have brought us all together. You remind us every day of the magic that friendship brings." Leo smiled, his heart full. "And you remind me how important it is to care for the beauty around us. We're all connected, and together, we can create something wonderful." As he closed his eyes, Leo dreamed of future adventures in the enchanted garden, filled with laughter, love, and the magic of friendship. In that moment, he knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, hand in hand, heart to heart. Part 5. The Whisper of Adventure. With the Friendship Festival a beautiful success, the enchanted garden thrived in the warmth of laughter and love. Leo felt a sense of joy that filled him like the bright sunshine filtering through the leaves. The villagers often returned, sharing meals, stories, and laughter with the flowers. Each visit strengthened their bond, creating memories that twinkled like stars in the night sky. As the days turned into weeks, Leo began to notice something magical in the garden. It wasn't just the flowers blooming with vibrant colors, it was the whispers that danced through the air, like soft melodies calling out to him. The flowers seemed to hum with excitement, and he could almost hear them speaking in hushed tones. One sunny afternoon, as Leo sat under the shade of a grand oak tree, he could feel the whispers growing stronger. He leaned in closer, straining to listen. "What are you saying?" he asked, curiosity sparkling in his eyes. Sunny, who had been watching him, smiled gently. "We have stories to tell, Leo. Adventures waiting to unfold. But first, you must listen closely." Leo's heart raced with excitement. "What kind of adventures?" he asked eagerly. "The world beyond the garden is vast and filled with wonders," Glimmer chimed in, her petals shimmering with enthusiasm. "There are mysteries to uncover, secrets hidden in the forest, and new friends waiting to be discovered. Will you join us on an adventure?" Leo nodded, feeling a thrill rush through him. "Yes, I want to explore. Where do we begin?" Sunny's eyes sparkled. "There's a hidden path behind the garden that leads to the Enchanted Forest. It's a place filled with magic, and there are many surprises waiting for us. But we must be careful and work together." Excited yet slightly nervous, Leo jumped to his feet. "Let's go. We can't wait any longer." He could hardly contain his excitement, and the flowers trembled with anticipation, ready to embark on this new journey. As they gathered at the edge of the garden, the air buzzed with excitement. Glimmer floated gracefully beside Leo, illuminating the way with her radiant glow. Sunny led the group, her leaves rustling as she pointed to the hidden path that twisted and turned, disappearing into the thick trees. Stay close together, Sunny reminded them. The forest is a magical place, but it can also be unpredictable. With each step into the enchanted forest, Leo felt a sense of wonder. The trees were tall and ancient, their trunks covered in vibrant green moss. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating a patchwork of light and shadow on the forest floor. It was as if he had stepped into a dream. As they ventured deeper, they encountered fascinating creatures, tiny fairies flitting about, mischievous squirrels chattering in the trees, and colorful birds singing sweet melodies. Leo was enchanted by the beauty around him, his heart brimming with joy. Suddenly, they came upon a shimmering stream, its waters sparkling like diamonds in the sunlight. "Let's take a moment to rest," Glimmer suggested, floating gracefully to the edge of the water. Leo knelt beside the stream, dipping his fingers into the cool water. It felt refreshing against his skin. "This place is magical," he exclaimed, watching as small fish darted beneath the surface. "I can't believe how beautiful it is." Sunny smiled, her petals reflecting the sunlight. "This is just the beginning, Leo. The forest holds many secrets. We must keep our eyes and ears open." After their refreshing break, they continued along the winding path, laughing and sharing stories about their adventures in the garden. The deeper they ventured into the forest, the more Leo felt a sense of belonging. It was as if nature itself embraced them, welcoming them to explore its wonders. Suddenly, they heard a soft rustling in the bushes nearby. Leo's heart raced with curiosity. "What was that?" he whispered, his eyes wide with excitement. Sunny looked toward the sound, her leaves quivering. "Let's find out," she urged, and they approached the bushes cautiously. As they peered through the leaves, they discovered a small, shy creature peeking back at them, a tiny, fluffy rabbit with big, curious eyes. It was white as snow, with soft fur that shimmered in the sunlight. Leo's heart melted at the sight of the timid little creature. "Hello there," Leo said gently, kneeling down to get a better look. "What's your name?" The rabbit twitched its nose, slowly emerging from the bushes. "I'm Snowball," it said in a soft, timid voice. "I was just watching you all. You look like you're having a lot of fun." Sunny smiled warmly at Snowball. "We are. We're on an adventure in the Enchanted Forest. Would you like to join us?" Snowball's eyes lit up with excitement. "Oh, yes. I'd love to. I've always wanted to explore but was too shy to go out on my own." "Come along then," Leo said, extending his hand to the little rabbit. "We're discovering all kinds of magic today." With Snowball now part of their group, they continued their journey through the forest. The rabbit hopped beside Leo, its fluffy tail bobbing as it bounded along. Snowball shared stories about the forest and its inhabitants, making everyone laugh with tales of playful pixies and silly squirrels. As they wandered deeper, they stumbled upon a clearing filled with flowers unlike any Leo had ever seen. These flowers were tall and majestic, their petals shimmering in a kaleidoscope of colors. They seemed to dance in the breeze, inviting the adventurers to come closer. "What are these flowers?" Leo asked, his eyes wide with wonder. "They are the rainbow blossoms," Glimmer explained, floating closer to the vibrant petals. "They only bloom in this magical clearing and are known to grant wishes to those with pure hearts." Leo gasped, feeling a rush of excitement. "Wishes? Can we make a wish?" "Absolutely," Sunny encouraged. "But remember, your wish should come from your heart. What do you truly desire?" Leo closed his eyes, thinking deeply about his wish. He wanted to wish for something that would make everyone happy. He opened his eyes and looked at his friends, feeling a swell of love for them. "I wish for more adventures for all of us. I want to explore the world and share the magic we've found here." The flowers shimmered in response, and a gentle breeze rustled through the clearing. It felt as if the very air around them was alive with magic. The rainbow blossoms swayed, and Leo knew that his wish had been heard. "Let's keep exploring," Snowball said, bouncing with excitement. "There's so much more to see." As they ventured onward, Leo felt a sense of exhilaration. Each twist and turn revealed something new and wonderful, and he cherished every moment spent with his friends. The laughter they shared echoed through the forest, a sweet melody that intertwined with the songs of the birds above. Suddenly, they reached a sparkling waterfall cascading down from a rocky cliff. The water sparkled like stars as it tumbled into a crystal-clear pool below. Leo gasped in awe, the sight breathtaking. "This is incredible," he exclaimed. Glimmer floated up to the edge of the waterfall, her light reflecting off the water. "Let's take a closer look. The water here is known to have magical properties." With that, they all approached the waterfall, marveling at its beauty. As they neared the edge, Snowball's eyes widened. "I've heard stories about this waterfall. It's said that if you make a wish while standing beneath the falling water, your dreams can come true." "Let's do it," Leo said, his heart racing with excitement. "We should all make a wish together." They lined up under the waterfall, the cool mist refreshing against their skin. Leo closed his eyes once more, thinking of all the adventures they had shared and all the ones still to come. "I wish for friendship that lasts forever," he whispered. One by one, they made their wishes, each filled with hope and dreams for the future. As they stepped away from the waterfall, a warm glow enveloped them, a feeling of happiness radiating from within. "I feel like anything is possible now," Leo exclaimed, looking at his friends with a bright smile. Sunny nodded, her petals shimmering. "This is only the beginning of our adventures, Leo. The forest is filled with magic, and together, we will discover it all." As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the forest, Leo felt a sense of peace wash over him. The world was vast and beautiful, and he knew that as long as he had his friends by his side, every day would be an adventure worth exploring. With their hearts full of joy and anticipation, they continued their journey, eager to uncover more secrets of the Enchanted Forest and create memories that would last a lifetime. Part 6: The Secrets of the Enchanted Forest. With the sun dipping below the horizon, casting long shadows among the trees, Leo and his friends felt an exhilarating sense of adventure coursing through them. The magic of the Enchanted Forest wrapped around them like a warm blanket, urging them to delve deeper into its mysteries. "Where should we go next?" Leo asked, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Glimmer floated gracefully above them, her light illuminating the way. "There's a hidden glade not far from here," she said. "It's said to be home to the Whispering Willows, ancient trees that hold the secrets of the forest." "Whispering Willows?" Leo echoed, intrigued. "What do they whisper about?" "They share tales of the forest's past and the creatures that dwell within it," Sunny explained, her leaves rustling in excitement. "It's a magical place where you can hear the stories of all who have visited before." "Let's go." Snowball bounced eagerly, his fluffy tail bobbing with excitement. "I can't wait to hear the stories." With their spirits high, the group set off, following Glimmer's glowing light as it danced through the trees. The path twisted and turned, surrounded by lush ferns and flowers glowing softly in the evening light. The air was alive with the sounds of chirping crickets and rustling leaves, creating a symphony that filled their hearts with joy. As they walked, Leo felt a sense of wonder growing within him. Each step seemed to take them further into a world of enchantment. The trees around them grew taller and more majestic, their bark adorned with moss and tiny glowing fungi that lit the way like stars in the night sky. After a while, they finally arrived at the glade. The sight before them was breathtaking. Towering willows with long, flowing branches draped gracefully over the clearing, creating a canopy that filtered the moonlight. The air felt different here, charged with magic and ancient wisdom. "This is beautiful," Leo whispered, awestruck. The moment they stepped into the glade, they heard a soft rustling sound, like a gentle breeze whispering through the leaves. It was as if the trees were alive, sharing their secrets with those who dared to listen. "Gather around," Glimmer said, floating closer to the largest willow. "This is where the magic happens." As they approached, the willow's branches swayed gently, and Leo could almost hear the whispers. He closed his eyes, allowing the sound to wash over him. "What are you saying?" he asked softly. The willow seemed to respond, its branches rustling as if acknowledging his question. "Listen closely, dear friends," Sunny said, her voice filled with reverence. "The trees share stories of courage, love, and the importance of protecting the magic of the forest." Leo felt a thrill of excitement. "What kind of stories?" he asked, opening his eyes. The willow's branches continued to sway, and the whispers grew clearer, telling tales of brave animals who had defended their homes, of kind-hearted spirits who had nurtured the forest, and of friendships that had blossomed between creatures of all kinds. Suddenly, a soft, shimmering figure emerged from behind the willow. It was a graceful spirit, adorned with flowing robes made of leaves and petals. Her eyes sparkled like the stars, and her presence radiated warmth. "Welcome, dear travelers," the spirit said, her voice melodic and soothing. "I am Leora, the guardian of the Whispering Willows. I have watched over this forest for many years, and I am glad to see new friends embracing its magic." Leo's heart raced with awe. "We're exploring the Enchanted Forest and learning about its secrets," he said, feeling a connection with the guardian. "Can you tell us more about the stories?" Leora smiled gently. "The stories of the forest are woven into its very fabric. Each tree, flower, and creature has its own tale, and it is up to you to carry these stories forward. The magic of the forest thrives on the bonds of friendship and the love you show to one another." Snowball looked up at Leora with wide eyes. "What can we do to help protect the magic?" he asked, his voice filled with sincerity. "Caring for the land and all its inhabitants is vital," Leora replied, her voice ringing with wisdom. "Be kind to one another, share your stories, and cherish the beauty around you. Every small act of kindness helps to keep the magic alive." Leo nodded, feeling a sense of responsibility blossoming within him. "We promise to protect the magic of the forest," he declared, determination shining in his eyes. Leora's smile grew brighter. "I believe in you. Remember, every adventure you embark upon holds the potential to create ripples of kindness in the world." As they listened to Leora's words, the whispers of the willows seemed to grow stronger, wrapping around them like a warm embrace. "Let us share a story together," Leora suggested, her voice soft yet powerful. With that, the group settled in a circle beneath the willow's branches, ready to hear the tales of the forest. Leora began, her voice weaving a tapestry of magic as she told them about a brave little mouse who had saved her home from a fierce storm and a wise old owl who had guided lost travelers through the dark of night. As she spoke, the forest came alive with the sounds of laughter and tears, each story echoing with the emotions of courage, love, and hope. Leo felt as if he were part of something much larger, a grand tapestry of stories that connected all living beings. After a while, Leora paused, her eyes sparkling with joy. "Now it is your turn. Each of you has a story to share, and by sharing, you create bonds that will last forever." Leo felt a surge of excitement. He thought about his adventures in the garden and how they had brought him closer to his friends. "I want to share about the friendship festival we had in the garden," he said, his voice filled with enthusiasm. He recounted the laughter, the games, and the sense of togetherness that had filled their hearts. The forest listened intently, the whispers growing softer as if in reverence to his words. Next, Snowball shared a story of how he had once helped a friend find her way home when she got lost. It was dark and scary, but we made it together. Friends are always there for each other, he said, his voice filled with pride. One by one, they shared their tales. Sunny spoke of the joy of nurturing the flowers. Glimmer recounted the magic of their adventures in the garden, and they all spoke of the bonds they had formed. Each story intertwined, creating a beautiful narrative of love, courage, and friendship. As they finished sharing, Leo looked up at Leora, his heart full. "Thank you for encouraging us to share our stories," he said. "It feels good to connect with one another." "Stories are the heart of the forest," Leora replied warmly. "They remind us of who we are and why we must protect this magical place. Keep sharing your tales, and you will always find magic in your hearts." With the moon rising high above them, casting a silvery glow over the glade, Leo and his friends felt a deep sense of connection, not only to each other, but to the magic of the forest itself. The whispers of the willows now felt like a warm embrace, wrapping them in a cocoon of friendship and love. "Let's make a promise," Glimmer said, her voice bright. "To keep exploring, to protect the forest, and to always share our stories." "I promise," Leo declared, and Snowball nodded eagerly. "Me too." "Together, we will always care for the magic around us," Sunny added, her petals glowing with determination. As they made their promises beneath the whispering willows, Leo knew in his heart that this adventure was just the beginning. They would continue to explore the wonders of the Enchanted Forest, share their stories, and nurture the bonds that had formed between them. With laughter and joy echoing in the night, they reluctantly left the glade, their hearts filled with the warmth of friendship and the excitement of future adventures. The forest, alive with magic, whispered its secrets, and Leo felt an unwavering connection to the enchanted world around him. Part 7. The Journey to the Heart of the Forest. With their hearts brimming with joy and a sense of purpose, Leo and his friends emerged from the whispering willows, feeling more connected than ever. The moon cast a silvery light across the Enchanted Forest, illuminating their path as they set off deeper into its embrace. Leo could hardly contain his excitement, thinking about the adventures that lay ahead. "Where are we going next?" Snowball asked, bouncing on his little paws, his fluffy tail wagging with anticipation. Glimmer, floating gracefully above them, lit up the way with her sparkling glow. "There's a special place called the Heart of the Forest," she said, her voice bubbling with enthusiasm. "It's said to be where all the magic of the Enchanted Forest originates. Many have searched for it, but only those with true friendship in their hearts can find it." Sunny rustled her leaves, adding, "To reach the heart of the forest, we must follow the path of kindness. It's a journey filled with challenges, but together, we can overcome anything." Leo's eyes sparkled with determination. "Let's find it. We can show the magic of friendship to everyone." With that, they set off, the excitement building with each step. The path twisted and turned, leading them deeper into the woods. The trees stood tall and proud, their branches whispering secrets of the forest's history. Leo could feel the energy pulsing around them, a reminder of the magic that surrounded their journey. As they walked, they encountered a narrow bridge spanning a rushing creek. The water sparkled in the moonlight, and the sound of the flowing water filled the air with a gentle melody. But as they approached the bridge, they noticed something unusual. A group of animals gathered at the edge, looking worried. "What's wrong?" Leo called out as they approached. A wise old turtle stepped forward, his shell decorated with intricate patterns. "Oh, kind travelers, we are in trouble," he said, his voice slow and deep. "The bridge is old and has become unstable. It can no longer support the weight of all of us crossing at once." Leo looked at his friends, determination shining in his eyes. "We can help. Let's find a way to get everyone across safely." Sunny nodded, her leaves rustling with encouragement. "Together, we can find a solution." The animals looked hopeful as Leo and his friends began to brainstorm. "What if we take turns crossing?" suggested Snowball. "We can help each other balance." "That's a great idea." Glimmer chimed in, her light flickering with excitement. "And we can use our friendship to encourage each other as we go." The animals nodded in agreement, and the group formed a plan. They decided to send the smallest animals across first, one at a time, while the larger ones held steady on the bridge to provide support. "Okay, I'll go first," said a tiny mouse, her voice filled with determination. The others cheered her on, their encouragement creating an atmosphere of support and camaraderie. As the little mouse carefully stepped onto the bridge, Leo, Sunny, and Glimmer stood at the edge, ready to help. The bridge creaked slightly, but the mouse focused on her friends, feeling their warmth and encouragement. With each step, she felt stronger, knowing that her friends were there for her. Once the mouse made it across safely, the animals erupted in cheers. "You did it!" Snowball squeaked, his eyes shining with pride. "Next," called out a small rabbit. One by one, the animals crossed the bridge, each filled with courage from the encouragement of their friends. Leo and his group clapped and cheered for each animal, creating an atmosphere of joy that filled the night. Finally, it was the wise old turtle's turn. "Thank you for your kindness, young ones," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "It is because of your friendship that we could all cross safely." As the last of the animals made it to the other side, a sense of accomplishment washed over the group. Leo felt proud knowing that they had worked together to solve the problem. "We did it," he exclaimed, his heart soaring with happiness. "Indeed, we did." Leora's voice echoed through the trees as she appeared at the edge of the creek, watching the scene unfold. "You have shown the true power of friendship. Each act of kindness strengthens the magic of the forest." With their spirits high, they continued along the path, feeling more connected to the forest and each other. The moon hung high in the sky, casting a soft glow on their journey as they ventured deeper into the heart of the Enchanted Forest. After a while, they stumbled upon a beautiful clearing filled with bioluminescent flowers that illuminated the night. The colors danced in a gentle rhythm, creating a stunning display of light.
Wow!
"Look at that!" Snowball gasped, his eyes wide with wonder. Glimmer floated closer, her light mingling with the flowers, creating a kaleidoscope of colors. "This is the Garden of Light," she said. "It's said to hold the key to unlocking the magic of the heart of the forest." Curiosity sparked in Leo's eyes. "How do we unlock it?" he asked, his excitement palpable. "To unlock the magic, you must share a kind word or deed," Glimmer explained. "The more love and kindness you share, the more the garden will reveal its secrets." Leo and his friends looked at each other, smiles spreading across their faces. "Let's spread kindness," Leo said, his heart brimming with excitement. They began by complimenting each other, sharing their favorite qualities and what they admired most about one another. "Sunny, your leaves are so vibrant and full of life," Leo exclaimed, his voice filled with sincerity. "And Glimmer, you light up the darkest nights with your beauty," Snowball added, his eyes sparkling. As they showered each other with words of kindness, the flowers around them began to glow brighter, their colors swirling in a mesmerizing dance. The air felt electric, filled with the energy of love and friendship. "Look," Sunny pointed as a gentle breeze swept through the clearing, causing the flowers to shimmer and sway. "The garden is responding to our kindness." With their hearts full of joy, they continued to spread kindness, encouraging each other and celebrating the magic of friendship. As they did, the garden transformed around them, revealing a hidden path leading deeper into the forest. "Let's follow the path," Leo said, excitement bubbling within him. They walked down the newly revealed trail, surrounded by the gentle glow of the bioluminescent flowers. The path twisted and turned, leading them toward the heart of the forest. Suddenly, they encountered a shimmering barrier made of light, sparkling like 1,000 stars. "This must be the entrance to the heart of the forest," Leo said, awestruck. What do we do now? Snowball asked, his fluffy tail twitching with anticipation. Remember what Leora said. Glimmer reminded them. You must approach with love and kindness in your hearts. Leo took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of his friends beside him. Together, he said, let's show the magic of friendship. They stepped forward, hand in paw, as the barrier shimmered in response. Leo felt a rush of energy course through him as they crossed the threshold. As they entered, the world around them transformed. They stood in a breathtaking realm, filled with vibrant colors, gentle breezes, and the soft sound of laughter echoing through the air. The heart of the forest was alive, pulsing with the magic of nature and friendship. Welcome, brave travelers, a melodic voice rang out. Before them stood a magnificent spirit, radiating warmth and light. I am the heart of the forest, and you have proven yourselves worthy by showing kindness and love. Your bond of friendship has unlocked the magic within. Leo's heart swelled with joy, knowing that their journey had led them to this moment. Thank you for allowing us to enter, he said, feeling overwhelmed by the beauty surrounding them. Your friendship has strengthened the magic of the Enchanted Forest, the spirit replied. Because of your kindness, I will bless you with the ability to carry this magic wherever you go. The spirit waved her hand, and golden sparkles enveloped each of them, filling their hearts with warmth and light. Remember, the true magic lies within you. Share it with the world, and it will grow. As they stood in awe, they felt a deep connection to the forest and to each other. They had embarked on this journey together, faced challenges with courage, and now stood united in the heart of magic. With hearts full of love, they promised to carry the magic of friendship with them, to spread kindness wherever they went, and to always cherish the bond they had formed in the Enchanted Forest. As they prepared to leave the heart of the forest, Leo looked back, knowing that this journey was just the beginning of many more adventures to come. Let's explore the world and share the magic, he declared, his voice ringing with excitement. And with that, hand in paw, they stepped back into the Enchanted Forest, ready to embrace the adventures that lay ahead. Part 8. The Magic of Friendship. With the blessings of the heart of the forest shimmering in their hearts, Leo and his friends stepped back into the familiar embrace of the Enchanted Forest. The air felt alive with energy, vibrant and pulsing with the magic they had unlocked together. As they moved along the path, they couldn't help but smile at one another, their hearts brimming with the joy of shared adventure and friendship. Where do we go now? Snowball asked, his little paws bouncing excitedly. Glimmer floated just above them, her glow brighter than ever. Let's explore the forest and see how we can share the magic of friendship with others. That's a great idea. Sunny chimed in, her leaves rustling with anticipation. We can spread the kindness we've learned on our journey. As they traveled through the forest, the friends looked for opportunities to help others. They passed a patch of wildflowers that looked sad and droopy. We should help them, Leo said, rushing to the flowers. Let's give them some water and tell them how beautiful they are. Snowball nodded eagerly.
Yes.
They deserve to bloom and shine. Together, they gathered water from a nearby stream and gently poured it over the flowers. You are so lovely and colorful, Sunny said, her voice gentle. You make the forest beautiful. As they nurtured the flowers, a magical light began to shimmer around them. The flowers perked up, their petals opening wide to reveal their stunning colors. The whole area filled with a delightful fragrance, and a soft breeze swept through, carrying the sweet scent throughout the forest. See how happy they are, Glimmer exclaimed, her glow twinkling like stars. Your kindness brought them back to life. Leo felt a surge of happiness in his heart. This is amazing. Let's keep spreading kindness. With renewed determination, they continued their journey, looking for ways to help. Soon, they came across a group of baby birds that had fallen from their nest. The little birds chirped frantically, their tiny wings fluttering in panic. "Oh no, we have to help them get back home," Leo cried, rushing forward. Snowball looked up at the tall tree where the nest was perched. "It's too high for us to reach. How can we get them back?" "Maybe I can help," Glimmer suggested, her voice confident. "I can fly up and carry them back to their nest." Leo's face lit up with excitement. "That's perfect. You're the best, Glimmer." With a smile, Glimmer floated upward, her glow illuminating the way. She carefully picked up each baby bird, one by one, and gently flew them back to their nest. The little birds chirped in delight, and the proud mother bird watched with gratitude in her eyes. "You did it, Glimmer," Sunny cheered, her voice ringing with joy. When Glimmer returned, her glow radiated even brighter. "It felt wonderful to help them," she said, her heart swelling with happiness. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across more animals in need of assistance. They helped a weary deer find shade from the sun, guided a lost squirrel back to its tree, and even shared stories with a family of rabbits, bringing laughter and joy to their day. With each act of kindness, the forest felt more alive, pulsing with the magic of friendship. Leo could feel the warmth of their connection spreading through the trees, flowers, and creatures around them. "I never knew kindness could be this magical," he said, his heart full. "It's true," Snowball agreed, bouncing along happily. "The more we give, the more magic we feel." As they made their way back toward the heart of the forest, they felt a shift in the air. A warm breeze swept through the trees, carrying whispers of gratitude from the creatures they had helped. The forest seemed to be thanking them for their kindness and compassion. Suddenly, they reached a small clearing, and at its center stood a majestic, ancient tree that sparkled in the sunlight. Its trunk was wide, its branches sprawling like a protective embrace. "Look at that tree," Sunny exclaimed. "It's beautiful." Glimmer floated closer, her eyes wide with wonder. "I think it's a special tree, the tree of connection. It symbolizes the bonds we create through love and kindness." Leo approached the tree, feeling drawn to its presence. As he placed his hand on the rough bark, a wave of warmth washed over him. "Thank you, Tree of Connection, for showing us the magic of friendship," he whispered. To his surprise, the tree began to glow softly, its leaves shimmering like emeralds. A melodic voice echoed through the clearing. "Dear friends, you have proven the power of kindness and connection. You are forever woven into the tapestry of the Enchanted Forest." As the tree spoke, images began to appear in the air, a tapestry of their adventures together, their laughter, and the lives they had touched along the way. The colors swirled, creating a vivid representation of their journey.
Wow.
"Look at all those memories," Snowball exclaimed, eyes sparkling with excitement. The tree continued, "Carry this magic in your hearts, for it will guide you in all your adventures. Whenever you spread kindness, you add to this tapestry and strengthen the bonds of friendship." Feeling a sense of purpose, Leo nodded. "We will always share kindness and magic, no matter where we go," he vowed. With the tree's blessing resonating in their hearts, Leo and his friends felt ready to face the world outside the Enchanted Forest. They knew that no matter where their adventures took them, the magic of friendship and the power of kindness would always be with them. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, they made their way back toward the edge of the forest. With each step, they shared their hopes for the future, dreaming of the adventures yet to come. "I want to create a garden where everyone can come together and share stories," Leo said, his voice brimming with excitement. Snowball bounced happily. "And I'll help make it the most magical place ever." Sunny rustled her leaves in agreement. "We can plant flowers and invite all our friends." Glimmer floated around them, her glow illuminating their path. "Together, we can spread the magic of friendship to everyone we meet." As they reached the edge of the Enchanted Forest, Leo turned back, taking in the beauty of the trees and the memories they had created together. "Thank you, Enchanted Forest, for the magic and the lessons we've learned," he whispered. With their hearts united and the promise of future adventures, Leo, Snowball, Sunny, and Glimmer stepped out of the forest, ready to embrace the world beyond. They would carry the magic of their journey with them, sharing kindness and friendship wherever they went, knowing that they could make a difference in the lives of others. The stars began to twinkle above them, and as they walked into the night, Leo knew that this was only the beginning. The Enchanted Forest had opened their hearts, and with the magic of friendship guiding them, they were ready to create their own stories filled with love, laughter, and endless adventures.
Whispering echoes.